What's up, bench fans? Mafia Carver High back with you again. Day 2 of 3 while Scott's away, doing some videos for you, talking about topics, bouncing around, talking about a bunch of different things going on today, because there's not one story that really sticks out as far as things going on in the world of sports. So we just had the election yesterday. Of course, Trump was elected. The world has not collapsed just yet.
Not yet.
But speaking of elections and things like that, first up, I think we got to talk about is Colin Kaepernick. Obviously, it's been a very big topic throughout the NFL season, even before it. Very outspoken about the way the minorities are treated through this country. He's done his protests throughout, the opening of the games and the national anthem all this year. Didn't even go out and vote. Wants a change, but doesn't want to be part of it. What do you think about it?
Listen, I had no problem with what he did at the beginning of the season. He's still doing it. I got no problem with that. That's his right. He can do it. It's also his right if he doesn't want to go out and vote. That's fine. That's his right. But now, I can't listen to him anymore if he wants to talk. That's the one thing that's kind of gone away here. His words do ring a little hollow now to me. I don't really care what he has to say. Got no problem that he didn't vote. There's plenty of people who didn't vote. Half the country didn't vote. But you can't not vote and then stand there and act like you're this big political, getting your word out and then don't do it. Yeah, a little hollow to me. Mom.
Right. If you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem.
Exactly.
You can't complain about people trampling all over your rights and then not use the rights that you have to change that, right?
No, absolutely.
Pretty pathetic. Speaking of voting and rights and things that are illegal or legal now in many places, one, marijuana now available in about 7 other states.
It's getting it's
Do you think that's going to sway the NFL a little bit in the coming months or coming years?
I don't. I don't think it is. At least not right now, unless you see a situation where it's completely nationwide and there's nothing that they can really do about it. It's still going to be on their ban list. They're not going to want their players, even if it's legal, they're not going to want their players taken. They're going to find some way to say no. Will the day come? Maybe. It sure looks like it's getting there, right?
Hope
state
so.
after state. You got California now, you got Massachusetts. If the states keep piling up, we'll see what happens. But for right now, I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah, I think as long as it's a national drug, as long as the federal government says, it's off limits,
it's going to be
I think the NFL is still going to think it's taboo, the same as gambling.
Right.
Although I do agree with players and a lot of experts that it's a lot better for them than all the pills these guys are popping.
Sure, absolutely. It sure is. But the NFL, they're not going to play ball until they absolutely have to. That's the way that they do things.
Also on the ballot yesterday, San Diego vote did not pass. Now word is that the Chargers might try to hold off on moving to put it back on the ballot next year and just hoping for more batterings from the people of San Diego. Do you think they're out of there? Are they going to be the LA Chargers soon?
It's tough to say. It really is. I don't want them to leave San Diego. I mean, the Chargers, you feel like they belong there. The people there deserve the team. It's hard for me to get on them for not passing the bill because should they really pay for the stadium? We got billionaire owners in this league who could put up a lot more money if they had to.
We're paying the $5,000 PSL licenses too.
Exactly. So I understand their point of view from not wanting to pay so much tax dollar for it. Hopefully things work out. I don't want to see the Chargers leave San Diego.
Right. You don't want to take money out of your pockets before they're taking more money out of your pockets. I mean,
especially when Spanos a billionaire.
Right. All these owners. I mean, it's one thing if the city's going to put up the money for it, then the city owns it and gets some money off of that, off the revenue, whether through leasing or get some money out of the concessions and the ticket sales, and it goes back to the people. But when it's just more money in the NFL's pockets, it's pretty ridiculous to ask you to pay for it, right?
Hopefully it works out for them. I would, like I said, I don't want to see them leave, but I think that it might be a little less than 50-50 right now for them to stay there.
And it'd be very awkward to have the Chargers and the Raiders in the same stadium. Two division rivals playing together. It's bad enough when you have two teams in the city like the Giants and Jets that don't exactly see eye to eye to get along.
Every 4 years they play.
You throw division rivals in the same stadium, you're playing twice a year. A little awkward.
Yeah, absolutely. No doubt.
Last but not least, not election-related per se, but some people thought Trump being elected might be a sign of the apocalypse. Another one that makes you think and wonder what's going on in this world, James Harden is leading the NBA in assists.
Yeah.
That's right. I'll say it again. James Harden leading the NBA in assists right now. Is this a completely new player?
I think so. You'd have to look at it so far. It's early in the season. Come back to me in a month and let's see if he's still leading. But if he's been told for years he has to become more of a team player, right? He heard that in Oklahoma City even when he had other guys around him.
Right.
He doesn't pass, he doesn't do this. He's gone to Houston. He's a great player. And now he's distributing a little bit here. So maybe a little, like you say, sign of the apocalypse. And more rounded game. Let's see what he can do. I don't know if that Rocket team is that great. Let's see what he can do with him if he's going to become more of an all-around player.
They're having a lot more success with him sharing the ball, and as well as your boy Russ in OKC doing the same thing. Second in assists, 9.9.
I love it.
Tied with the guy who probably is the example for all the follow if they want to have success as far as being scorers and making their team better. LeBron James also 9.9 assists a game so far.
Funny you don't see a lot of pure point guards at the top of the
one
list.
Is Chris Paul,
which is the type of player that should be leading that category.
Right.
And you don't see that. You see a Harden. I know Westbrook is a point guard, but let's be honest, he's an all-around player that just does everything.
Right, he's
takes 1,000 shots, rebounds, everything he does, and LeBron's LeBron. But I love Westbrook. I love watching him play because he takes over the game, and that's the kind of stuff that people have been getting on Harden for doing. He just hasn't done it as well as Westbrook does it.
Either way, both guys are exciting. Now we'll really have to worry if he starts playing defense too.
Right. He hasn't quite done that yet. I don't know if
one step at a time, baby steps.
I don't think you're going to see that out of him.
All right, well, it's night 2 for us. We'll see you again tomorrow. Scotty will be back next week. Have a good night.
See you, boys.